My name is Stephanie Urbina Jones. Of all the sacred journeys I've taken and led, none have been more profound than this one. On January the 5th, 2022, amid a raging pandemic, snowstorms, fires, and canceled flights, 26 leading spiritual teachers, preachers, and healers from around the world came together to take a leap of faith, to ignite a bold new dream, creating the first ever author's journey in the pyramids of Teotihuacan. We walked through hell and on fire. We danced, we wrote, and breathed, remembering our divinity. Through the courage of these starseed dreamers and one badass brave healer publisher, this powerful collection of stories, Shaman Heart, turning pain into passion and purpose, was born.
The story of my family beginning, I think so, many years ago. Probably I remember a lot of things, but also a lot of things I miss from them. But one of the most beautiful part of this is my family from the fathers of my father. They were those who beginning living inside of Teotihuacan. I mean, inside of the area which is called now Teotihuacan, but their families, they own part of the property of Teotihuacan, and close to those temples who are on besides to the Quetzalcoatl temple, the main temple. My family, they used to live right there. Well, and still in these days, part of that property is still owned from some of my family. And what I can tell you is that the origin of this is my grandmother. She was in some way a very interesting woman, because for that time she was like a very powerful warrior, because she was involved in many different things who make for help people on the area, you know. One of the very nice things that she did in her time was she was that kind of people who make pottery, clay things, you know, like cazuelas and ollas, those things they used to use for cooking. And thanks to that, she get involved to my grandfather, and my grandfather, he was in the same direction. But one thing very nice is to tell you that they were fit very well together, and they created something with what we call, sometimes I tell my children, I have to tell that way, I call like a paradise and family, because you never see them when they have any problem, they complain, even if they were really, I want to tell you, I come from a very poor family, even if they used to live right there. They have a very simple life, but one of the most wonderful experience in my life is I see them very poor but very happy. Very, very happy. They never have complaints of anything. And any way that they have friends and family, they were always together, and they offer what they have, simple like beans, vegetables, what they find around or what they have on the field, you know. But one thing is very interesting, that years after my grandmother, thanks to that, she met a lot of people in the area, and she started making what she used to love to do, is to help people in the healing work. She was a great midwife, and also she was a great curandera. She never liked to tell her that she was a very, very powerful woman. She just say, I have my hands, I have my body, I offer it myself, and what I want is to you feel okay, and I want to see everybody of you well. And she was offered like that, simple. And one thing I can tell you is, in my very beginning of my life, I learned from her to be connected with the people and say friends, say family. But one thing very, very nice is I remember many of her teachings and experience of be and tell. I begin when I have 7 years old, and I was remember that I was very happy with her because I was there selling things, with her, and she used to play with me because she used to say, "You sell more, you get more," and thanks to that I have connection with different people, and I was getting this part of why always when people ask me why always I smiling and always I don't get mad or I don't see in myself mad, is because I learned from her. Even when somebody was arrived there and tell, don't do this, don't do that, or on some way they offend her, she never take nothing personal, nothing serious. She just said, okay. I want to tell you the nice experiences I learned from her is, no matter what happened in this life, we arrive in one way, and the same way we go back. And we don't care. We don't have to care for the material thing, for the material, for to be great and have and feel like king or to feel like very powerful person. The most simple person in the life could be the most easy person, and you're gonna have always open windows and open doors everywhere you go. And one very beautiful thing is have always friends, friends, friends. And this is something I really learned from her, from my father. And I have to tell you that thanks to that, I can still talking that I know many things that in the world of healing, who are very simple to just, sometimes you don't have to use not even herbs, not even crystals, not even probably anything around, but word, faith, and be nice with that person. It's changed completely the life and the energy of the people who come to asking for a favor to healing them. This is one of the most wonderful experience I have from her is with just simple word, you can turn the energy and the direction of the life of some human being. Well, I think so. It's in every human who exists in the world, it's simple and easy to be very friendly, open, and hand always ready to somebody needs help. This is something probably make the dreaming house and part of my work, because this is just part of my work. It's very little my part of my work, because most of the work you make on as a teacher in Teo. But what I always tell that it's very simple when you have this connection with the frequency of love, the frequency of all this energy existing in all this valley and all this great place we call Teotihuacan. The energy is full everywhere. The only thing you have to be open your heart and share with everybody who's around you what you have from here. And what it's nice to say is that when people come to Teo, and the first day when I go sometimes to the airport and see the faces, I see faces who are with no belief, with no faith. I see faces with fear. I see faces that they come in and they don't know for really what is the reason they come here. But the most wonderful part of these days, after finish this process that they do in Teo, is I see completely other faces. I see other spirit on inside, but also I see one thing very important, that is a process that make to change the life of them, but this is not the end of them. The end of them is continued with this energy when they go back home with their own people, with the family, with the friends, with the children, with anybody who's around. It's a really big movement inside of themselves that make completely a different way. And I understand why when they go back to United States or any other country, they cry. And they don't want to go inside to the bus or to the car because they really don't want to go. And some way I tell them it's a good way to see that how nice is and simple the life of human, but also always the humans, we are very hard in ourselves. We always want to damage ourselves. We always have complaints of things. We always find excuses of things. And that's why when they left, I tell them, that is my biggest pain in my life. I see that people go back home and they are different. And they are simple and they are easy. And one thing I tell always, I recommend, I say, please be again as a children, be again very, very happy and wild, and don't take very serious your life. Because you believe that you are adult and you know everything now from life. No. Don't take that part serious because sometimes we hurt ourselves. And I have to tell you, the thing is, don't live and don't believe anymore in pain. It's not necessary to live in pain. Don't make yourself addict of that pain, because people they find it very easy to live and love everything and love most of the things around. They find very easy an excuse to be again back and live in a pain. This is very, very hard when I talking about that, but it's something I have to say. Please be again a children. No matter what passes around you in your life, don't take that part. Be again and continue play. Don't take if you play you fighting with somebody in any way. You just tell that wait for a few minutes and be like children. Children, they fight and they play and fight, but after 5 minutes they forgot what happened before these 5 minutes, and they continue to be like that, simple and easy. One other thing I want to tell is like a simple thing in my vision is when you arrive to the valley of Teotihuacan, is yourself who's going to decide your direction of life. You can be around the best people, teaching the best, but a lot of percent of your life and being loved and happy is in yourself.